Hope you're doing absolutely awesome today. It is beautiful out here at the river. We are right by the water. Oh, we got the sun. Oh, it's just, this is why we come out here. The nature, the peace, the happiness. Hope you're having an absolutely beautiful day. It's a good day to wind down a bit, but at the same time, there's always stuff to do, isn't there? A quick visual descriptor: I have long brown hair, glasses, black coat, coffee cup in hand. I have the river right behind me, these wonderful branches and leaves, and it looks like some of them are falling. I have a little rain of leaves coming. Beautiful. We got the sun rising behind us, the flowing water, the birds singing. You can't go wrong with this. You just can't. It's too dang nice. Too dang nice to go wrong with this. I hope you have your coffee or tea, whatever it may be, whatever gets your day going and makes your day spectacular. I am a coffee person, so I have my coffee right here. I'm coming to you today through Restream, absolutely wonderful software that allows me to be streaming on YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Twitch. So I'm with you all over the place. Woo. A bird started flying at me, then it changed directions last minute. It probably didn't see me. It happens. Now, if you ever consider live streaming, or if you're already live streaming, do consider trying Restream. Their tools are easy. Their whole setup is so simple to use, and there's so many tools. I can't recommend it enough. Yeah, this is awful beautiful. It really is. Now, let's have a little conversation. Now, as creative people, whether you're an artist, an entrepreneur, whether you're a live streamer, whether you're an author, a filmmaker, whatever you do, an educator, you've been in business for a while, maybe you work in a sales department, I don't know. Nonetheless, though, unblocking your creativity is super important because as creative people, we can often find ourselves stuck having these moments where we just can't form the idea that's in our mind, or maybe we feel like we can't form an idea at all. It's unfortunately very common to just find a dam of sorts, holding back all of your creative energy, keeping you from producing the things you want to make, writing that next book, developing that next product, designing your new t-shirts, whatever it could be. Maybe you're sat in front of your canvas trying to paint and you just can't hit anything on the canvas. Your paints are out, your brushes are ready, and you're just stuck. Maybe you're sitting in front of your computer. You need to type an email proposal. You don't know what words to say. Now, some of the things I'd like to talk about how to get your creativity flowing, how to get your thoughts moving again, they really are applicable to a great number of people. And even if they aren't a quick, immediate fix, they are ways to help you get back in the swing of doing what you do, whatever that is. So let's talk some creativity exercises, some unblocking exercises. The first one for the day is quiet. I know, sounds simple. A lot of things that I talk about Sound pretty simple, but have you tried it? I'm not saying you haven't, but consider trying. Now, quiet, spending some time in silence, is a lot easier said than done. I'm talking no phone, no TV, no computer. Now, it doesn't have to be absolutely silent. I could be here by the river and have my silence. Quiet time where we allow our minds to let go of all of those business concerns, social media thoughts, no phone calls, no texts, no distractions. Maybe at least once a week, you should be spending 10 or 15 minutes in silence, disconnected from everything around you. Heck, if you can manage it, maybe once a month, spend a whole day that way. Remove yourself from the hustle and bustle, the grind, the flow. Because if you want to flow, you have to pull yourself out of the flow. Grab yourself a notebook, a rocket book, something to write ideas down in. Set it aside. Sit down for as long as you can in silence. Allow your mind to drift away from the day-to-day concerns. Allow yourself to step back from all those stressors, all those points where you can be overcome by something. It's easy to be overcome. It's easy to lose ourselves in the do it now and do it right. Even an artist or a painter or a sketch artist or a digital artist, a photographer, you can be drawn to the concept that you need to be working and you need to be doing it and you need to be producing. Step back, quiet your mind, forget about your clients, forget about cleaning your house, forget about bills or invoices, forget about your website, just for a little bit. Push everything out of your mind. Sit in silence somewhere. That can be in your living room, it can be by a river, it can be on the beach. You could go sit in a mall food court if you want. It doesn't matter where you are. What matters is what you're doing. No phone, no electronics, no additional concerns. Just you, your mind, and a notebook. If anything comes up, anything at all, write it down. Jot down any of the thoughts that pop into your mind after you've spent 15 minutes in silence. See what new things come up. It might be a lot, it might be a little. If nothing else, make it a common practice. Make it something that you put into play in your playbook of how to keep going and keep growing, to keep making and doing. And yeah, if once a month or once every 3 months, you could spend most of an entire workday like this, you might find a huge improvement, not just in your creativity, but in the way you feel about it. You're going to be moving again, doing again, and you might reconnect even deeper to what you wanted to do to begin with. Now, of course, we can't just spend time in silence. We have to do other things. So keep that notebook in hand when you go to your next practice, or however you want to write down your ideas. If you want, you can record them as a voice message or as a little video to yourself. It's not about how you do it. about that you allow it to happen. After you spend some time in silence, after you spend a little time disconnected, there's another great way to unblock your creativity. And that is just by allowing every idea to happen. This one doesn't require silence. It doesn't require a special place to be. It just requires that you write down every idea, no matter what it is. I've talked before about free writing or jotting, and that's pretty much what this is. You need to jot down ideas. Allow yourself the capacity to write down everything that you come up with. Make a list, make an outline, make a list within a list. Write down 10 ideas, 20 ideas, however many you come up with, and then go through each idea, look at the idea, and write down all the ideas you have. That when you look at that idea, here's more things I can do related to that. A video concept, a color scheme for a painting, a product, a proposal. Whatever it is, write down all the ideas that you come up with within your vein of creativity, within your wheelhouse. Spend 10 to 20 minutes just writing down all the ideas that come to mind. And right there, you now have a whole list of things to do. And the great part is you don't have to actually think about it. In fact, what you should do is just write everything. Even if you look at it afterwards and say, well, that's not a good idea, but some of the ideas I had related to it are good, that's fine. It's not about what you produce in the moment. It's about allowing yourself to just let go, release, allow things to come through. Morning over there on Twitch. I hope you're doing great today. We need to allow ourselves to think, allow ourselves to be free. Now, I will say that when you jot like this, when you just allow ideas to come for 10 or 20 minutes, you again should remove yourself from concerns like, what about my business? What about my clients? Push all of that out of your mind. Don't focus on what you have to do for your business or what you have to do for your art or what you have to do for your book or whatever it is you do, your show. Just allow your ideas to come. We can't stop ourselves from being free. Just think. Just let it happen. So there we go. There's two already. Time in silence, and then just free jotting. Now, obviously, you can put these two exercises together, but you don't have to. You can do these things separately. But you do need to put it into your schedule, into the way you work. And now, thank you for all of the emotes. And now, just one last thing. Another exercise, another way to unblock your creativity. And this one's the tough one. Do the thing that you think you can't do. You don't have to do this all the time. Heck, maybe you only have to do it once. Do the thing that you think you can't do. Maybe there's some big project you want to start, but you just say to yourself, I can't do this. I don't have the resources. I don't have the knowledge. I don't have the equipment. I don't have the skills. Let's back up for a moment and address that. I don't have the resources. Well, let's be fair. A lot of creative people don't have a large amount of resources. But there's been a lot of amazing things created with minimal resources. A case in point, a lot of time and money was spent on the production of the movie Jaws by Steven Spielberg. The giant animatronic shark broke before they started filming. They lost their key resource. And yet, the movie was made. Through the breaking of the shark, Steven Spielberg had to entirely rework how the film would go because he lost his key resource, the adversary for his movie. All of those shots that were done where you see it from the shark's perspective under the water, those were thought of after the fact. That became a thing because the resource wasn't there. Exactly. Realize how things are easier and I make it out before I do it. Most certainly. Thank you for your comment. Now, you don't have the skills. Okay. You can learn skills. And one of the ways you learn skills is by doing the thing that is the skill, doing the skill. You don't have the skills? Learn it by doing it. Do the thing you think you can't do. This in itself is actually going to open you up. It's going to unblock so much creativity. It's going to give yourself permission to know you can do it or give yourself permission to do it because you are doing it. And we have a wonderful comment here again. It's usually not as hard as I thought and I made it out to be. Yes, exactly. Do the thing you think you can't do. And a quick recap to, of this. Unblocking your creativity takes just a few steps, sometimes just one, but spend some time in silence, away from all your electronics, away from all your concerns, and away from all your perceived responsibilities of what you should be doing. And in that short time of silence, allow your mind to just wander, to just experience. Then free jot. Write down every idea that comes. Don't stop yourself. Don't censor yourself. Don't consider the ideas. Just write them down. And then when you've written them down, go back to each idea and write down all the ideas that come up looking at that idea. And then do the thing you think you can't do. Now, I have to, of course, respond to a comment on Twitch, that can't word. Yes, there is nothing that stops us more than can't. Just a word. It doesn't stop you from anything. You can do it. Just do it. Myself, as a filmmaker, I operate as a studio of one. I do all the lighting. I do all the camera work. I do all the acting, all the editing, all the writing, all the pre and post production. Why? Because I can do it. And if you propose such ideas to people and you say, okay, you want to do this thing, but you're going to have to do all the work, we'll say, well, I can't do that. Well, that's silly. You can do it. And I know that maybe I'm diminishing slightly on there, but I'm saying you can do it because we have to believe in ourselves and believe in what we're capable of to make things happen. Before I get going, I just want to say, grab yourself an extra cuppa. You deserve one. You're awesome. And you're doing great things. Oh, what is this? I apologize. All right. Listen, I am getting out of here. For some reason, it looks like things aren't working right. Have a great day. I'll see you all again real soon. Be excellent, everyone.